Welcome to SolidCAM Professor. I'm Sydney, your SolidCAM Professor, with one of many videos available to you 24 hours a day, 7 days a week. In this recording, we'll be showing the option in HSR roughing of HM roughing. HM roughing is a new roughing operation which can basically take care of any single type of roughing operation that you may need using HSR. Now, HM roughing is basically broken down into three different categories. There's what we call a core, cavity, and HM spiral. Core being a part such as the one shown over here, where everything is open from the outside and we're working our way in towards the middle. Cavity, where everything is actually closed from the outside and it's actually a closed pocket inside where we want to machine. And the last option, where the part itself is really an open pocket from one side and partially closed over here as well. Let's first go to the first operation over here. Now, if we open up the first operation, you'll note that we'll be using the option called HM roughing, as I'll be using them also in the rest of my operations over here. Now, my target in this particular case is this entire part. The tool will be a 20mm end mill, and my constraint boundary, since I only want to work right now on this area to demonstrate this area, I'll be using the boundary around this area as shown over here. In my passes, I'll be using my wall offset, my step down, and HM roughing comes into play in this area over here, where we have the step over type. And as I said, since this area is considered a core where it's open from the outside, I'll be using the option over here called core out of my three options. Let's run my simulation, and as you can see, the tool goes down and works from the outside in. Let's actually stop this and use Solid Verify to take a look at the simulation. You'll see again now, the tool is actually working from the outside in, and then when it finishes working on that step, it'll do the same from every other step down, always from the outside going in towards the middle until it completes that entire part as shown over there. Now, in my second operation, I'd like to work inside over here. So if I were to go into the operation itself, everything basically stayed the same as far as my geometry and my tool. My constraint boundaries in this particular case is around this area over here. And if I go into my passes, you'll see that this time I'll be using the option of cavity. If I were to run my simulation at this particular point, you'll note that the tool goes down in the middle and it actually does a helical approach into the pocket itself and then always works from the inside going outside. When it finishes at level, it does the same to the next step, always from the middle working its way towards the outside of the part. Now, in my third operation, I'd like to work in this area where it's not open on all sides, but then again, it's also not closed on all sides. In other words, it's like an open pocket. For that, we have our third option inside our passes called HM spiral. This, if we take a look at the simulation, starts working from the outside in where it can, working its way all the way through, always doing a spiral type of a cut into the part itself, working from the outside in towards the middle. Now, let me actually stop this and again go into Solid Verify. You'll see that the tool works from the outside going in towards the middle of the part, cleaning up the areas, and then when it finishes that step, it goes down to the next step. But note, when it gets to the parts such as the middle area over there, where there's a little bit of a pocket, it'll actually work that area like a regular pocket. Then, when it finishes that, it'll continue on working on the outside over here, working from the outside in towards the middle, finishing up that part, making HM the perfect solution for any type of roughing operation that you have today in HSR. For more videos on SolidCam Professor, please go to our website, www.solidcam.com, and look for the tab called SolidCam Professor. Thank you for joining us on SolidCam Professor. Take care and have a nice day.